All right, shiny stuff. Here is the, what was it, upper purchase, I think they're called, and then the spindles. Went and bought some orange engine paint just to kind of see how it laid out with the ceramic in it. It's going to definitely take a couple more coats and some sanding to get it where I want it, but I just kind of hit it on there real quick to see how it turned out. And after a few more coats and some sanding, we'll sand down the machined areas on the spindles so they're nice and shiny again. And I got to drill holes for the brake brackets, the new brake brackets anyway, so we're not super worried about that. But other than that, that should be fine. We'll test fit all that before we make anything permanent. We'll sand this stuff down and paint it again once we get a nice finish. And you're not going to see any of it, but I mean, it's already apart, so you might as well. The SLP long tubes, if you remember, I picked these up a couple weeks ago on a pretty smoking deal. I had to drive a little bit to get them. They're pretty much cherry. The thing is I just bought another set of long tubes, equally cheap, with the rest of the system that they came with that was cut off of a car. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the other Dynatech headers with the mid pipe and long tubes that came with, or mid pipe and the axle back and everything to the bumper that they came with. And then with these, I'm just going to recondition them like I started to. Let these dry, hit them with a couple more coats, throw them up online, and try to make a little money off of them. Because they're in great shape, and as you can see, they have the EGR attachment. They haven't been cut up or welded or anything, so all the EGR pieces work. And I'm sure there's somebody out there in F-body land who wants the EGR system intact because they live in California or something like that. And so I don't want to destroy a perfectly good set of long tubes that are designed for that because I don't need to use it. So that's how we ended up there. Also, we got a little bit of bling today. These are a set of scratch and dent open box BTR valve covers. They don't have the coilover brackets mounts for them, which isn't a big deal. I can run remotes, and I think they'll clean up the engine bay really nice. I've always wanted a set of nice valve covers. They were $175, which if you are familiar with aftermarket valve covers for these in general, normally you don't get anything this nice, much less loosely American made for that price. That was $175 shipped. Normally these stuff is $200, $250 plus. So pretty excited about that. But like I keep saying, that has been the whole aura of this build, is just to buy what you need and get what you want for as cheaply and as reasonably as possible. I also sold the harness and ECU off of the 6.0 that I originally got that I'm putting in this car. And so that sale basically paid for these. And I made $25 in the difference. So there's that. But I'm going to get ready for work, and I'll see you guys around.